There comes a point in life when survival is no longer the loudest force in the room. The danger may not disappear overnight, but something inside you begins to loosen. The tension fades. The armor gets lighter. And for the first time, the version of you that had to hide, adapt, and endure begins to rise into the light. This chapter is about that sacred shift, the moment you stop living only to get through the day and begin living with room to breathe, choose, and become. Because when nothing is holding you back, you do not become someone new. You return to the self that was always there, waiting for safety, truth, and space to finally grow. The self you become when you're no longer surviving. There's a version of you that never had a chance to fully exist. It wasn't due to a lack of ability or strength. Survival simply came first. Survival demands a lot. It makes you focus on threats instead of opportunities. You learn to adapt fast, stay quiet when needed, and shrink yourself if it keeps things steady. Survival isn't a weakness. It's a smart way to cope, but it's not meant to last forever. When survival finally lets go, something subtle but lasting starts to happen. The part of you hidden by caution, fear, and constant change begins to come forward. It doesn't happen all at once or in a big way, but it becomes clear. Life beyond survival mode. Survival mode changes people in ways that often go unnoticed. It teaches you to choose safety over honesty, fitting in over being truthful, and predictability over growth. You learn to watch others before speaking, to hold back your ambition, and to hide parts of yourself. Over time, these changes become part of who you are. You stop asking what you want and instead focus on what keeps things calm. You stop trusting your gut and start looking for outside approval. When fear is no longer the author. Fear gives you a very specific set of rules to follow. Fear tells you how to act so you keep others' approval. It tells you to stay quiet to avoid conflict. It tells you to hold back so you don't get let down. When fear lasts for a long time, it starts to sound normal, even sensible. But fear isn't neutral. It limits your future. When survival fades, fear loses its control. It doesn't go away, but it stops making all the decisions. You start to see that many of your old rules weren't universal. They were shaped by your environment and meant to keep you small. The return of an inner voice. One of the clearest signs that survival is over is when you can finally hear your inner voice again. It's not the anxious thoughts or the constant self-criticism. It's the quiet, steady feeling underneath. The part of you that knows what fits and what doesn't. It doesn't shout or explain. It just guides you. For a long time, that voice was lost in the noise, expectations, opinions, and survival habits that kept you focused on others. Listening to yourself felt risky, so you listened outward instead. Identity without constraint. When that pressure is gone, your identity becomes flexible again. You let yourself explore without feeling ashamed for being curious. You try new things without calling them mistakes. You move past old roles without guilt. When survival ruled your life, your identity became just a role. You became who the situation needed, who the environment rewarded, and who others could accept. That identity served its purpose. It helped you fit in and keep going, but it was never the whole story. Acting from clarity instead of fear. Acting from clarity feels different. It's slower and more steady. You don't rush because you're not trying to escape anything. You move forward because you feel drawn to it. Your decisions feel clear, not always easy, but clear. You know your reasons. Without the pressure to survive, your motivation changes. You're not driven by the need to prove yourself, escape, or protect. Instead, you're guided by curiosity, what feels right, and a sense of inner truth. No longer shaped by old environments. Every environment leaves its mark on you. Some environments taught you to endure. Others taught you to hide. Some valued the following rules over being creative. Some mixed up control with caring. You adapted because you needed to, but adapting doesn't decide your future. Leaving those environments changes how you see yourself. You realize your silence depended on the situation. Your hesitation was something you learned. Your self-doubt was taught, not natural. Belonging without shrinking. It's hard to accept, but some types of belonging only work if you stay small. They make you hide parts of yourself to fit in and value sameness over growth. Survival teaches you to accept these conditions, but the self that comes out after survival won't accept that deal. Freedom from inherited beliefs. Many beliefs from your early life were never questioned. You picked them up from others, repeated them, and accepted them because authority figures said so. Some protected you, some held you back, and most stayed unchallenged because it felt risky to ask. Survival relies on fitting in. When survival ends, you become curious again. Rising without resistance. One of the most surprising things about leaving survival mode is that growth doesn't take much effort. You don't have to pump yourself up or fight against inner resistance. You don't need others to approve. You just move forward. The self that comes out is steady. It doesn't rush to get attention, but it doesn't hide either. It knows that growth happens naturally when nothing holds it back. When did you first notice the shift, that you were no longer just surviving, but actually starting to feel like yourself again? Drop it in the comments. Your reflection might help someone else realize they're not lost, just coming out of survival mode, and that who they are has been there all along, waiting for the space to breathe. Daily struggles after survival. Ending survival mode doesn't make discomfort vanish. It just takes a different form. Common daily struggles include feeling unsure who you are without constant pressure, overthinking choices because you've never acted freely before, mistaking calm for stagnation, feeling exposed when you stop hiding parts of yourself, wondering whether ease is earned or temporary, strategies for improvement and integration. The goal isn't to reinvent yourself, but to live more fully as who you are. These practices help you stay true to yourself instead of falling back into old survival habits. 1. Let behavior lead identity. Don't hurry to define who you are now. Focus on acting in ways that feel right to you. Over time, your sense of identity will catch up. 2. Normalize emotional waves. Delayed emotions aren't a step backward, they're a release. Let them come and go without reading too much into them. 3. Practice small acts of self-trust. Try making small, low-risk decisions without asking for reassurance. Follow through on them. This is how confidence grows naturally. 4. Notice self-editing in real time. When you notice yourself wanting to shrink back, pause and ask if you're really unsafe or if it's just an old habit. 5. Choose environments that don't require armor. Notice where you feel both relaxed and alert. These are the places that help your true self come forward. 6. Replace approval with alignment. Ask yourself if something feels true to you, rather than just wondering if others will accept it. 7. Allow unfamiliarity. Growth can feel strange before it feels comfortable. Just because something is familiar doesn't mean it's right for you. Becoming without apology. When survival ends, you stop feeling the need to apologize. It's not about losing accountability or humility. It's about letting go of the habit of apologizing for being yourself, for taking up space, for wanting more, or for changing. You stop explaining your growth to those who liked you, holding back. You stop justifying your boundaries. You stop making your words smaller to keep others comfortable. The self that comes forward doesn't look for permission. It seeks to be true to itself. The self that was always. Nothing about this change is fake. You're not building a better version of yourself. You're just letting go of what was never really you. You learned fear. Hesitation was taught. Your limits came from your surroundings. What's left is the self that was always there, waiting, listening, and ready. When survival ends, that self doesn't have to struggle to come out. It comes forward naturally. Remember this, you were never meant to live in survival forever. You do not become more yourself by holding your breath, shrinking your truth, or staying loyal to what kept you small. The moment survival loosens its grip, the real you has room to rise calmer, clearer, and unafraid to exist fully. Trust that return. Trust the self that was always there. If you feel like something invisible is holding you back, even though you know you're capable of more, and you're ready to fully step into your potential. This is about moving from hidden limitation to full expansion. Don't just think about this, work through it. This video is inspired by the core ideas from my book, When Nothing Holds You Back: How to Live at Full Potential Without Shrinking to Fit. You'll find it linked in the description. You'll get 30% of the entire book series for free in one PDF download. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe.